Hey everybody, it's Linda and I am down a rabbit hole, so I'm inviting you to come with me. We are going to do this live together, and I really hope this helps to clear some things up. I know for me, I've heard a lot about the tests, and if you want to get, if you don't want to get this and, you don't want to do that, that's your right. Everybody has the right, my body. But if you want to go in somewhere and you want to, like, say, for me, I want to go visit my dad. So I've had to do that nasal swab. And, I've heard some rumors about it not being good and the ingredients in it, but I haven't really gone down the rabbit hole. And then I started hearing more and more about it and seeing some videos. And so what I want to do is I want to dispel a little bit of myth that's out there. And so we're going to walk through this together, and I'm going to show you some things so that you guys can actually see what's going on. Now, I'm trying to record this multiple ways here. So, all right, here we go. We're going to just dive right in. And first, well, welcome. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're coming and joining me for the, just to support and all that, and you're one of my subscribers, thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get right into this. This is just a picture of the Schumann resonance today. Let's give it a little refresh here so you guys can see there's a lot of activity going on. There's a lot of white lights. There's a lot of red in there. So just remember to drink your water and meditate. Okay, so one of the first things I did was I Googled the key ingredients in a COVID PCR test. Okay. And you can do this too. You can follow along and do this at home, or you can just see where my rabbit hole led me. But I wanted to know what was in it because I've been hearing a lot about this EO ingredient. And I'm going to call it EO because, well, I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. So the first thing you get on here is you get places where you can get tests. And as you can see, key ingredients is what I'm looking up. But you get your ads, they're trying to show you where you can buy all that kind of stuff. So these are common questions, and key ingredients test comes from Yellowstone. I was like, yo, I had literally just done some work with a soul sister, some energetic work, and Yellowstone was coming in loud and clear. So obviously I clicked on that, and what came up was key ingredients in coronavirus test comes from Yellowstone's lakes. Wow, that's pretty cool, right? Now, if you scroll down, this is National Geographic, and they want you to subscribe, so it's really hard to get the whole article, but I went down just far enough so that you guys can see this. I hope you can all see this. Throw a couple comments in there for me. Let me know if you're seeing this clear. I'll read it, what I highlighted. It says, today, those enzymes are a key component in the PCR test that's used. Okay, so we got that. Comes from Yellowstone. Pretty awesome, right? Well, if you go in here and you say, what's the key ingredients, and you find out the key ingredients, you start coming up with the ammonium. I'm definitely not going to pronounce this right, and I don't want to just say it's AT. This is the one that's found in Yellowstone Park. You can Google this one too. It's ammonium thiocyanate. Is it found in Yellowstone Park? And yes, the answer is it is. And you can do this part. I won't boggle you down or whatever with all the details. It's a quick Google search. You can find that. So yes, it is. So, okay. I've been hearing a lot about the EO, which is this one, ethylene oxide. I've been finding out a lot about that causing cancer and different things, and it's used for sterilizing, and I'll show you all that. But what is this ammonium thiocyanate that's found in Yellowstone? So a little bit of research took me to this German company, and this was from May 2020. It's a manufacturing company. They're stepping up their productions of they increase their capability to manufacture ammonium thiocyanate. which is a key ingredient. It's an essential ingredient used in the coronavirus test kit. Okay. So now they're stepping up their demand, blah, blah, blah. It's in Calgon, take me away. Calgon, Germany. Now they produce this, and they're talking about that they want to have a reliable and consistently high purity product, which of course we appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. So they're saying that they're increasing their supply because it's the raw material for the reagents needed in the COVID test. I was like, reagents, okay, what are reagents? What's a reagent? A reagent is just a fancy word for the main ingredients of any chemical-based test. All right? That's what a reagent is. So don't let these fancy words fool you. So this place, they talk about how they're committed to their, oh, maybe this wasn't the right site. Well, no, this is a site. This is a good site, but they're talking about how, there's international standards and all kinds of things like that. That's great. Well, what actually is ammonium thiocyanate? And when you start looking at what that is, whoa, let's go right here, Wikipedia, one of the first definitions, just to get a feel on what this is. This is the main ingredient, but it's basically used in the manufacture of herbicides and resins, matches. It's a stabilizing agent. And let's do it like this. In photography, I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you guys see that okay? Leave a comment if you can. So it's used for the test. Well, all right, I don't understand chemistry, and I'm not a chemist. I'm not anything like that, so I can't even pretend to understand what this is, but I do want to know what it's all about. What is it? Why is it so important that this is in the test? And if it's at Yellowstone, why are we using other countries? And I'm going to show you some raw video that came across to me yesterday, and this is why I wanted to do the broadcast. This is why I went down the rabbit hole. I wanted to show you a video about these tests that's, maybe 20 seconds or something, and it's maybe 30 seconds. And it's going to blow your mind. So what I'm going to do, actually, should I show you that now? I'll show you this one. Ethanol oxide. All right, let's do ethanol first. Ethylene oxide. Let's do the EO first, because that's the thing that was getting everybody up in arms and saying the tests weren't safe. I've even got a fact check I want to show you guys. If you're thinking that the tests aren't safe, I need to show you this. Okay. A quick search for EO shows that it is a carcinogen. So there's no way around that one. It's used in antifreeze and to produce other chemicals. Okay. Can you guys see that? You can do a quick Google search yourself and find out about it, but it's a gas, and how are people exposed to it? Inhalation and ingestion. That's the primary routes. So there's all kinds of things. It is associated with cancer, but there's all kinds of things when you're looking at this going, well, okay, but what is it really used for? Why would they put that in a test that they're putting in people? Why would they do that on purpose if they know that it's bad for people? Like, they wouldn't do that, would they? And the answer to that is they use it in sterilization processes. And don't worry, I'm getting to the point. I promise. I wanted to find you a couple things. Let's go back and I'll show you something here. And then I'm going to show you that video. Here, FDA.gov. Whoops. FDA.gov. EO, sterilization for medical products. Okay, there was an update on this, and this is from the Food and Drug Administration, guys. And they're telling us straight out on March 20th, 2020, as part of an ongoing effort to expedite approvals of certain changes to the EO sterilization process and facilities, the FDA announced the first master file. Okay, I didn't get into all the master files. If you guys want to get into all that, you want to jump in on that, great. But They're talking about timing. They're talking about the pilot program. And why is EO used to sterilize medical devices? So this is kind of important. And they're talking about the whole process that manufacturers use. It's widely used to keep medical devices safe, and learn more about the sterilization process here. So you can click that link there. Many devices, sterilization with EO may be, okay. So for many medical devices, sterilizations with EO may be the only method that effectively sterilizes and does not damage the device during the process. Okay. So we get that here. Metal, glasses, different things that are hard to reach places. They're exciting. So they may be likely to sterilize that equipment. Now, right down here, it's interesting because the types of devices that are sterilized with EO ranges from devices in the general healthcare practices. For example, wound dressings. Well, that's not a hard to reach place. That's not metal, glass. Okay. And anyway, I'm just saying. And more specific devices used to treat specific areas of the body, for example, stents. So, okay, that's a little bit more invasive, but let's keep going. You guys can do the research on that further if you want to get into what that is, but I want to go into a fact check. Now, let's do the wrap up smear first. Okay, I want to play an old video for you. It went around at least a year ago. And I want to talk about this because there's a lot of articles out there. There's a lot of things like, all right, look, let's look at OSHA real quick. Let's look at OSHA. OSHA talks it being occupational hazard. And, there's all these sites that are talking about physical and health safeties. It's highly reactive. It may result in respiratory irritation, lung disease or lung injury, headache, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, shortness of breath. All right, guys. So there's really bad effects to this. So all these sites like OSHA and the EPA, the FDA, you guys can go in there and check that. So there's a whole bunch of warnings out there, but they're saying, but it's safe. So what I want to do is I want to play for you what a wrap-up smear is all about first. It's only going to take a second or two. Hopefully you can hear it.
And then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear.
Did you catch that right there? So she's saying you write it first. Well, let me just keep playing it.
It's called a wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident.
It's a tactic, and it's self-evident. So you write about something here. Let's this lady explain.
What she says is you start out with something that's a lie, and you throw it out there, and then the press picks up on it, and they write stories about it, and you say, see, it's written in the press, so it must be true.
Okay. So you got that, right? That's what a wrap-up smear is. That was, I'm glad that video got leaked out so we can understand, because now we're going to go to a fact check. And this fact check is from Reuters. And we're going to fact check the nasal swab sterilized with ethylene oxide. They're saying they're safe to use. The sterilization process is tightly regulated by international standards. Remember that, okay? Because I'm going to show you another video in just a minute. So here is a great example of a wrap-up smear, and I'll show you why. Claims that the British government is purposefully killing people by using nasal swabs sterilized with ethylene oxide. Can you guys read this with me? I don't know if you can. Let me make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Can you see that okay? I don't think I have my comments on. All right, feel free to jump in. I'll check the comments in a minute. So, claims that the British government is purposefully killing people by using nasal swabs sterilized with EO to test for the novel coronavirus are false. Okay, so tell us why it's false. I don't see any links there. The EO sterilization process is safe, has been used for decades on medical equipment, and is tightly controlled by international standards. Okay, that sounds wonderful. So, where's the proof? Where's the proof for that? Where are the links for that? It's a fact checker now, mind you. So we should have links in there. Following a viral video on the same topic, debunked by Reuters last week, here, and there's a link. Okay, so Reuters wrote about this and they debunked it, right? Multiple social media users have continued sharing different clips that discuss EO sterilization and lateral flow tests. Okay, just because Reuters wrote about it last week doesn't make it true. We haven't seen any proof yet. So in one video, a man holding up a NHS COVID-19 self-test kit, which confirms on the packaging it has been sterilized with EO. I've actually seen videos of this myself. I've seen people there showing you, zooming right in on the packaging. I haven't looked for it myself yet, but I don't plan on getting any more tests. Anyhow, that's just my personal choice. The man says they're purposefully killing us. Now, what they're doing, they're spraying the end of the swabs, apparently to sterilize them in EO, which could be true. We just saw that's what they do. So that could be true. If you Google EO, it's the biggest cancer-causing chemical listed on cancerresearch.com. It is. There's even a link here, okay? In the fact checker, there is a link for that. So they're fact checking what they're purporting to. All right. Comments beneath the videos show viewers are concerned with examples such as, I've seen so many of these and my kids certainly ain't being tested. The clips also have been subtitled in Spanish, Croatian, and German. So here, and here. So they got a lot of links in here so far, but they're really validating the argument they're trying to dismiss. Another video, which was posted on March 15th and has been viewed over 17,900 times, features a man discussing the same topic. He says, ethanol oxide is present in all lateral flow tests that are being administered in schools across the country. A quick search and you'll find that ethanol oxide is a highly toxic chemical, which I have done, and it is. It's listed. You can see for yourself on that. That's why I'm screen sharing and showing you the research here. As we are led to believe the information on the government's website, is to be true. So they're saying it's carcinogenic and they're saying it's cancer inducing here. And the fact check even puts a link for that. And I showed you a couple of the sites there already. So again, you can do your own quick Google search on it. It won't take long, I promise you guys. A clip viewed 9,100 times on Facebook shows an individual presenting a self-test kit said to be given to their children. They lift a swab to the camera and say, so basically they sterilize that with EO, which causes cancer and damages your DNA. Here, and here timestamps. Okay, I guess they're timestamping the video. I don't know why they keep saying here. Other variations of the claim have been shared on Facebook. Here, and here. While nearly 100 people have signed the petition on change.org to take ethylene out of the COVID test kits. Okay, guys, if you're still going to change.org and you're signing things thinking that it's going to make a difference, please stop. Please stop. That's not how we're going to change things. It does nothing. You relieve a little bit of guilt by signing something, but really that is not how we're going to change things. I went to it myself, and this was done a while ago, and there was like 337 signatures on there. This was done in April. And with all the people that are, all these videos alone, you're going to tell me that if you knew that there was carcinogens on these tests, are you going to tell me that they only got 100 signatures and then maybe 200 more since April? Come on. I mean, we might be naive. We may have been naive in the past, but we're certainly not stupid. While it's true, they say ethyl oxide is a carcinogen here and here, and that its gaseous form is used to sterilize nasal swabs here. It is not true to suggest the swabs are dangerous because of this process. Okay, this is a fact checker, right? Where's the here? Where's the link for that? They just tell you it's not true to suggest it's dangerous, but they're giving you the links to say it is true right here, to say it's a carcinogen here and here, and that its gaseous form is used to sterilize nasal swabs here. Well, that's not really as important, but the cancer part, they're giving you links to show you that it's true, but they're not giving you links and they're just making the statements. Who's checking the fact checkers? Like, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane if we are to, I mean, it's right in front of our faces, guys. Major part of the sterilization process ensures EO residue is removed from the product here and makes, just because the residue is removed doesn't mean that it's still not in there. It's, okay, and make certain that EO leftovers is negligible. Okay, right there. If they're making sure it's negligible, that means there's still remaining product in there, right? I mean, that's kind of common sense. Thereby meeting national and international safety standards. I'm going to come back to the international thing in just a second. I promise you. I mentioned it twice now. I showed you twice where they're talking about international safety standards. I'm going to bring it full circle. I promise. EO gas is commonly used to sterilize medical equipment and has been for decades. And they prove that right here. Another link. Okay. In the USA, in the US, 50% of medical devices are said to be sterilized this way, here and here. So half of it, even though they contradict themselves in this article, because they also said it may be, where is it? I'll find it. I just think I read that a second ago, but they're saying it may be the only thing to work on, to do. All right, I'll come back to that anyway. Sorry, guys. My rabbit hole had me up till 4 a.m, so give me a second. Get a little more coffee. I was getting so much information here. I'm like, I want to present this in a good way and not just be all whatever. And then Spirit's just like, no, go. Just go, go, go. So here I go. In a previous fact check, the Department of Health and Social Care told Reuters, lateral flow tests have been rigorously tested and are safe to use on a regular basis. Any suggestion otherwise is inaccurate and harmful. First, let's see. Department of Health and Social Care. Let's just do a real quick search to see. Department of Health and Social Care. I don't remember that one. Oh, okay. So that's the government in UK, DHS. Okay. The DHSC is the government in UK. All right. Well, that's Google there. All right. So back to the fact checker. Now, remember, I said, who's checking the fact checkers? Who wrote this? Because look, in a previous fact check, the Department of Health told them this. So they're quoting something from themselves that they got before. Remember the wrap-up smear video I just showed you from Pelosi telling people how you write stuff and then you refer back to it? So they're validating themselves from lies that they've told, because here's the lie. There's no proof, no backup of this. I've been asking it through the whole article. They've been rigorously tested and are safe to use on a regular basis. Any suggestion otherwise is inaccurate and harmful misinformation. Is it now? Well, then why don't you prove that? Why don't you provide the links for that? Because your fact checker here is providing all the links to prove the point otherwise, as far as I can see. Now, I'm not stupid. I'm not a doctor or a scientist, a chemist, or anything like that. But I certainly can read, and I certainly know how to trust my intuition. EO is only used in the sterilization of swabs and is one of the most commonly used sterilization tools in the healthcare industry, principally applied by manufacturers to keep medical devices safe. Okay. Where are we? Where's the back? Where's the here, and here, and the links for that? Where is it? I don't see it anywhere. So this is a part of another wrap-up smear. They're just trying to tell us, but they're also telling us it's the most commonly used sterilization tool in the healthcare industry. That's kind of scary, considering everything that I just showed you. Now, here's the verdict. False. While it is true that EO is a carcinogen, they admit it, or carcinogenic. Right there. They admit it. Then they go on to say it's not accurate to say it poses a danger. I can't even talk, you guys. Just look for yourself. See it? It's true that it's a carcinogenic, but it's not accurate to say it poses a danger in medical swabs after sterilization. I didn't see any proof of that. Did you guys? You guys just watch that with me, right? I'm glad we're doing this live because I don't think this is going to be able to stay up. I hope it does, but I know I'm on a list. And I hope this stays up, you guys. I hope you download it, and I hope you share this to show other people. If they think that they're not going to get this and they're just going to keep doing the test and they think that's safe, you're literally jamming up carcinogenics in your nose. And it doesn't even have to go far. It just has to get in the nasal cavity. A little bit more research in here, and you'll see that one of the areas for it, I showed you a little bit, inhalation and things like that. It also talks about the nasal cavity. So it's one of the quickest ways to absorb it is through your nose. That's why you're not spitting in a tube. That's why you're not doing that. The sterilization is tightly controlled to ensure any residue left over is negligible, making medical equipment safe to use. Well, they just said this. That was like up there. They're trying to like repeat what they've already said and haven't proven. They haven't provided any links for this. They haven't proved it in any way, shape, or form as far as I'm concerned. In fact, they proved the opposite. They proved exactly what they were trying to disprove. And I'm saying that they're trying to disprove that because they're saying it's false. It's not false. It's true. And they made the argument themselves. And paid promotional links and all that kind of stuff. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys a video. Let me stop sharing that. I'm going to show you another video about our tests and how they're being handled in a very sanitary way. So sanitary, in fact, you're going to be able to see exactly, and I'm not saying that there's companies such as this that are doing it over in Germany. I'm not saying that these are the companies in any way, shape, or form. Oh, wait. Oh, let me give you one more thing. One more thing before we do this. So this is your right to know. This is, let me make it bigger. You're gonna be like, yo. So this is from the New Jersey Department of Health. Okay. This is on EO. It's a hazardous substance. Okay. You look down here, you start looking at it going, what the heck am I doing taking those tests? And I was in cognitive dissonance because I wanted to go see my dad in a nursing home. And if you don't get this, you have to get this. And it's like, yo, I want to see my dad. Like, I want to go visit him, but why should I put carcinogens up my nose in order to do that? I don't have any symptoms. Take my temperature. That's fine. I get it. If you want me to wear a mask to go see my dad, I will do that to see my dad. But I will not stick cancer-causing agents and carcinogens up my nose, knowing that when you inhale it or it's passing through the skin, you guys, you read this. This is from the New Jersey. Let me see where I got it. New Jersey Department of Health. And I think I just typed in that link from somewhere else that I found it, but I think I was looking up EO, and you'll just look for nj.gov.health, and it's a hazardous fact sheet. So there's something else on here too I want to show you. These are all the things that exposure, inhaling it can irritate the lungs. Higher exposure may cause buildup of fluid in the lungs, pulmonary edema. It's a medical emergency. Exposure can cause headaches, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, twitching, and seizures. It may cause skin allergies. It's also can damage the liver and the kidneys. You guys, this is a serious, serious toxic problem here, a toxic carcinogen, and it's known. And they have these things all over the place. All these warnings from government agencies. It's listed in there. So if only 50% of the medical equipment is being sterilized with this, what do they sterilize the other equipment with? And why can't they use that to sterilize these tests? Why does it have to be All right, now's a good time to show you the video because this is how our PCR tests are.
सावधानी से बना रहे हैं बच्चे पीपी कोविड टेस्ट किट
COVID test
जिसको
kit.
गवर्नमेंट इतना महत्व देती है और इन लोगों के जान के साथ खिलवाड़ हो रहा है। ये मजबूर है, मगर जो लोग इन्हें बनाने के लिए दे रहे हैं कारखाने वाले, सोचिए कितनी बड़ी गलती कर रहे हैं लोगों के साथ। जब इस तरह जमीन में पहले से ही रखा हुआ है और खराब हाथों से पैक हो रहा है, तो सोचिए टेस्ट में क्या पॉजिटिव देगा कि नेगेटिव देगा।
चाय खत्म कर लो।
Did you hear that? COVID test kit. Let me play it again, just the beginning real quick.
देखिए कितना सावधानी से बना रहे हैं बच्चे पीपी कोविड टेस्ट किट।
You hear it? COVID test kit. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm going to, let's go back to the screen share. I'm just going to do this and end the stream with a little bit of humor. So I'll throw a couple of memes in here for you guys to think about. So you can read that, right? And nope, that's not it. There's the other one. Just something to think about. If it'll come up. Click, click. Where'd it go? There it is. There you go, guys. That's just, you know, something to think about. I hope this helped. I hope this helps you guys make your decisions. And Chris, you're welcome. Thank you for commenting. Honestly, I wanted to just get this out last night, but it was getting later and later, and there was more information. I definitely didn't present it exactly the way I wanted to, but I really hope that you guys got what you needed out of it. Yes. Okay. Here, great comment from Cole. Nasal cavities highly vascular and blood vessels very close to the surface. It's a fast way to get medications into your system. Also, carcinogens or carcinogenic. You know, I know I'm tired, and I've been trying to figure out how I was going to show you that video, the last one that I just showed you guys. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to put that in there. And then it went from one rabbit hole to the next, because when I got the fact check on it, I was like, wait a minute. I started asking all these questions and like, this fact check, this is crazy. This is the wrap-up smear that Pelosi was talking about to the press and didn't know she was being recorded. They want to monetize their wrap-up smears. So they put articles out in blogs, they make stuff up, and then they refer back to it later. Like I said, I pointed out in that fact check for you guys. You can find it yourself, but they refer back to their own made-up lies. They don't provide links, and they don't provide facts to back up the things they're saying, like, this is safe. It's safe. We've been doing it for decades. No, you just admitted you've been poisoning people for decades is what you did. You didn't provide any information, any links, any scientific studies. You didn't provide anything to back up. So these fact checkers, we know the fact checkers. We see you, we know. You didn't want to go there. Yeah. You guys, I wanted to sort of step into more of the role of helping people once they've woken up, and just assume that everybody's doing at least a little bit of their own homework. And I realized this is something that I hadn't done myself on this particular issue. I've had at least 3 of them. And you're welcome for sharing. I've had at least 3 of these tests myself. I think 4, but I got to go back and check the profile, because you guys remember back when my dad was put into the nursing home during COVID, and I couldn't see him until Christmas time. And then I had to leave, and I was going on my trip, and I was traveling, and I couldn't visit him then, but I saw him a few times before I left. And then I saw him when I got back. Hey, Bev, how you doing? Catching up on email, sending love and light back to you as well, sending it back to you, sending it to Diane. You guys are great. I love this community. You guys are so awesome. So I hope this helped. I hope this is informative. I know the people that usually watch my channel probably already know these things, but if it can help somebody that you know, it can help somebody just make a decision, a more informed decision about whether or not to do this. You know, I know standing in integrity is the right way to go, but to stand in integrity and not see my dad, it's like I haven't figured out yet. How am I going to do this? Because I want to see him. And I want to say it's a blessing that they had another COVID case pop up there, because we can't go see him now anyway. They had a case, and they're all workers. It's not the residents, but they have a case and we can't go see him. So I don't have to worry about the test right now, which it is terrible because I want to see my dad, but I don't want to have the test. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just not stick it up my nose and spit on it, because that's still DNA, right? Why does it have to be nasal DNA? Why can't it be spit DNA? Does anybody know? I haven't checked that out yet. Is there a difference between, the nasal and it's the only thing that I can think of, like what Cole was just saying earlier, it's the quickest way to deliver stuff. Let's see. She just said it's the quickest way to deliver stuff, medications, right? So you're not trying to get anything into your system if you're being tested. They're trying to get your DNA, or they're trying to get your samples so that they can test it to see if you have something. So you think they would be taking something, like if they do a blood test, they take blood out. You're not trying to put something in. So if you're trying to put medications in through the nose, you got to think about this. With the common sense that comes in is kind of like mind-blowing to when it all connects like this. If you're trying to test for something, why would you not spit? Doesn't your saliva hold, just doesn't make sense to me, guys. Thanks, Bev. And thanks, Chris and Carl, for being here. Bev, you guys, thanks for watching. Do you have any questions while I'm on, since I'm live? Might as well ask you. I don't know. I love hanging out with you guys. So if you got anything while I'm here, let me know, because otherwise I probably won't be doing a live until Sunday night with the 144 table. I think I'm going to call it the 144 table instead of trying to figure out if it's a circle or a square. You guys got anything for me? Can I put this on Patreon? Blue Clarity. Hey, that's Beth, right? Oh, I shouldn't call out your name, should I? Sorry. Sorry about that. I don't know last name. I think I made that connection now. Can I put this on Patreon? Sure. Absolutely. Maybe I'll do a different one for Patreon. I owe you guys something special. So I already did the reading over there for Patreon. If you guys want to go over there and support me on Patreon, it really helps me a lot. I'm so grateful. I love you guys. So, you know what? Let's pull something for you real quick. Let's see if the angels have anything for you guys today. Well, that one. We got this one. Indigo. Oh, you guys are, Indigo and Crystal children. So that's Archangel Metatron saying you have a bond with children. You can help children who are sensitive, and divine order, Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Yes, that's what we're doing right now. We're picking apart the illusions. We're picking it apart one thing at a time. Okay, Carl says she's never had a test. Good for you. You were concerned about the validity. I was too, about the validity when they were testing things like pawpaw fruits and the goat and things like that. A lot of that information came out then about the validity. I never thought they were just trying to poison us. Oh yeah, so if you keep doing more of that research, you'll come to see that EO can actually sterilize you. Or was that the ammonium one, AT, the first product that I was talking about that was found in Yellowstone? I don't think that one caused sterilization. I think it's the EO, but I could be both, one or the other. So the main ingredient, the reagent, and they talk about reagents, so they're highly complex reagents, and a reagent is a main ingredient. So let's dispel that. Let's dispel to the wrap-up smears and the fact checkers because they're wrong. They're not providing proof. Try to use your common sense when you're reading these fact checks. Are they backing up what they're claiming? And I have yet to see one point to anything that says that they're backing up what they're claiming. So let's keep dispelling these myths. Yeah, we're hanging tight. I'm glad you guys know each other too and you talk. That's so awesome. You guys are great. Galveston has a big jab fest going on this weekend. Folks are lining up. Oh my God. Rewatch later today. Glad to see you too, Jeanette. Bev saying spot on. Concentrating on my own immune system. Not much of a push there. You know, I started again. I usually listen to my body when it says, like if you need some vitamin C or you need some D or zinc or whatever. And I started to feel just like a little bit, I don't know, it's because I've been staying up late and going down the rabbit hole, not getting enough sleep. So I just felt the need to, amp up something for my immunity. And I was talking to Soul Sister Sherry about this too. We were talking about, she's done some tiny cooking things. She's in a cooking rebel group with another Soul Sister, Connie. And just something, I was like, what do you do for immunity and everything? Like, we'd love to see that in a video. So I hope she puts something together for that because she's so good with her like cooking and ingredients and knowledge on nutrients and things. You guys, you haven't seen nothing yet with her, man. She knows a lot of stuff. So I hope she does get something like that together really soon. And if she does, if you're not subscribed to her channel, go over to Sherry Bausch and make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell so you'll get to see the video when it comes out. Oh yeah. I definitely can put it on Patreon. I absolutely can put it on Patreon. I will do that for you for sure. But the thing is if they nix this, I'm live now, so I'm pulling the stream, like the stream is holding. So what you're seeing, you're getting live. You have this information, you know where to go on Google or what to look for in links to do your own research because the information is there and it's on a lot of the government websites. They talk about how it's a carcinogenic and they talk about how it's been used in sterilization for years. So, okay, you're using it to sterilize medical equipment. Let me clarify that. They use it to sterilize medical equipment, but only about 50%. I'm saying, why would you put something like that that's used to sterilize medical equipment for something that's a known carcinogenic that inside your nose delivers that carcinogenic right through your nasal passages instead of allowing us to spit in a tube for a test? That's what I want to know. I have yet to find the answer to that one. Okay, now Sherry, thank you for asking that, Chris. Here is Sherry's channel. She's Sherry Bausch on YouTube. There you go. So go over and subscribe to her. Her first video up there was about cooking in a tiny home, and it was really cute. It was such a good video. So yeah, and you can always just let her know I sent you over there. And she is amazing. Bev knows her. Bev has gone over there and seen her. Her voice is incredible. She is so powerful, and she just brings such a divine piece to this puzzle for everybody, just like everything's in divine order, you guys. Remember, oh, you can't, can you see that? It's hard to read it again. Everything's in divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So you're very welcome. You guys are obviously on my channel. I don't need to promote anything here. I'm just really glad you're here with me and you got the information that you needed. I will put a link to this over in Patreon. And guys, have a great day. Just be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. See you next time.